Hi, this is Jay Height here at Shepherd Community, and we're wanting to give you a great update this week here at Shepherd Community. Lots of things happening. If I could just take you on a little history for a moment. You know what these things are? These are called Legos, and maybe you've stepped on them in the middle of the night, but Legos are created to do one thing, and that's to connect. And so as we connect and build, we can see things that come out of nowhere. That simply one Lego by itself you can't do much with. But when you begin to bring them together, they build exciting things. And Legos are just a few weeks ago, they just celebrated their 90th birthday. And the same Legos created 90 years ago will fully connect with Legos today. They're made to connect, just like you and I are. Interesting trivia, there are 60 Lego bricks for every person in the world. So there's lots of Legos, and you know what? There's lots of people. And there's lots of people here in our neighborhood, and each and every day at Shepherd Community, we're trying to connect with them. Our neighborhood engagement team is calling people, going to see them. Our home delivery of food is as much about making that personal connection and talking to our neighbors. Loneliness is the epidemic that's ravaging our communities. Senior adults, some of the highest rate of loneliness. Young adults, high in the 60 percentile of them are saying that they're lonely. Young parents with children talk about this high rate of loneliness. This epidemic is seen then in things like violence. It's seen in things like addictions, abuse, heart attacks. It is a very big issue. You know, less than 31% of Americans actually can name their neighbors. And so we talk in terms of how do we reneighbor the hood. The mantra that is Shepherd for the next decade, Reneighboring the Hood, it comes back to Legos. And that we just need to keep building. As we build, we connect. And things can come out of it. And if I was a good Lego builder, I'd be building something, some kind of Star Wars piece or a castle or maybe even a church, maybe. But as we build, we connect on the top and the bottom, and that's how God created us, to connect to Him and to connect to our neighbors. But we can't connect to our neighbors if we don't know their names. And here at Shepherd Community, we're trying to reneighbor the hood. We're trying to look at folks not as a statistic, not as a data point, but as the name and face, someone who we know, someone who during the summer, during the horrible heat waves, we were calling and saying, are you doing okay? Do you need a fan? Is there anything we can do? Can we bring you over some water? It's the same people when violence happens in our neighborhood that we're calling to check on. Are you doing okay? It's those same people that we're helping find ways to get them to their doctor's appointment. We're all Legos created for connection, different shapes, different sizes, different colors. We're made to connect. And so are our neighbors. And so our neighbors will become our friends as we get to know them. And so that's a big part of who we are and what we're about here at Shepherd Community. Above me, you'll see a link. It comes from a department store, John Lewis, in the United Kingdom, in Britain and England. And each Christmas, they release a video that talks about some kind of social challenge. And this one, I think, is very much to the point. Loneliness is real. And as we're getting ready to go into the holidays, there's something that we all could do. Let's make sure we're connecting to our neighbors. Let's make sure we're finding those folks who don't believe anyone cares to connect to them. They have names and faces. They were created by a God who loved them and who commanded us to go and love. Will you love your neighbor?